Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus. It's your brother Mabawad of Vegas, and today I'm coming at you with another lesson in regards to your tongue. It's probably one of the most important lessons you will learn, because sometimes the best thing you can do is say nothing at all, especially if it's negative, right? Because people don't understand your words got power, man, and everything does not need to be said. And when you talking about people, especially in like a negative or gossipy way, it usually says more about you than them. And it's an energy drainer. You ever been around somebody that just talk negative about other people all day? You will start to feel your energy decline. That's why I don't get down with people like that. I don't want to know what he say, she say, who did. I don't care about none of that. You could ask brothers that's around me. As soon as a brother even try to talk about somebody else, I shut it down. I'm cool. I don't want to know. Because you could be using that mental space to level up. But instead, you using that to speak on others and what they got going on. And it shows a sign of insecurity, man. But most importantly, you breaking God's laws doing that. All right, let's go to Leviticus chapter 19 and verse number 16. And it reads, "Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people." Talebearer in the Hebrew is Strong's H7400, and it's the word rahil. It means slanderer, slander, talebearer, informer. So anyone that's spreading gossip or rumors, or slanderous gossip, that's what that's speaking on. Let's get that again. I'm gonna get in the NLT. Leviticus 19 and 16, and it reads, "Do not spread slanderous gossip among your people." Why? Because it spreads negativity. Gossip fuels drama. What you put out tends to come back around, sometimes louder than when it left. Let's see what James, Jesus' brother, says about this. This is the book of James, chapter 4 and verse 11, in NIV. "Brothers and sisters, do not slander one another. Anyone who speaks against a brother or sister or judges them speaks against the law and judges it. When you judge the law, you are not keeping it, but sitting in judgment on it. So don't slander one another. You're actually speaking against the law and judging it. But if you judge the law, you're not following it. You're putting yourself above it. And it'll be a judgment for that." Let's get the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 14. "God will judge us for everything we do, including every secret thing, whether good or bad." So hidden actions, especially wrongdoings, eventually get exposed. In Proverbs 15, it says that God's eyes are in every place. So all that backbiting, pillow talking, spilling the tea, there will be a judgment for all that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12 and verse 36. "But I say unto you, that every idle word that man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment." That word judgment in the Greek is crisis. It means trial, condemnation, damnatory, and punishment. So either your words will get you rewarded or punished. Let's go to verse 37. "For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned." So that's why it's important to watch what you say. You should hate talking about people in a negative light. All right, let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 19 and verse 6. "He that can rule his tongue shall live without strife. And he that hateth babbling shall live less evil. You shouldn't want to be around people that grab the baton of gossip and run to the next person so they could tell all that they heard. Let's go to verse 7. Rehearse not unto another that which was told unto thee, and thou shalt fare never the worse. This is the age of oversharing. Everybody wants to put their information on the internet or yet other people's business on the internet. That kind of loyalty and discretion holds weight. Verse 8. Whether it be to friend or foe, talk not of other men's lives. If thou canst without offense, reveal them not. So keep your mouth shut about other people's business, whether they rock with you or not. This is a solid code to live by, and you'll remain clean. Drop down to verse 10. Have you heard a rumor? Let it die with you. Be brave. It won't make you explode. In a world where everybody wants to hear the tea or the drama, it shows more strength when you stay silent. Verse 11. A foolish person trying to keep a secret suffers like a woman in labor. Anytime he hears a secret, it's like an arrow stuck in his leg. And that's why I said it shows strength. Because a fool will find it extremely difficult and painful to keep a secret. They may feel pressure or anxiety, an overwhelming urge to reveal whatever they heard. Be all fidgety, shaking, sweating, waiting for the right time. It's never the right time. Your mouth could get you hurt. Let's go to Sirach chapter 22 and verse 27. I wish that a guard could be placed at my mouth, that my lips could be wisely sealed. It will keep me from making mistakes and prevent me from destroying myself with my own tongue. You can destroy yourself with your words by lying. And now you got this reputation that nobody can trust you, or making threats and somebody see you and really see what you about what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Or even speaking negative to yourself, creating doubt, depression, hopelessness. You know? Let's go to James chapter 3 and verse 2. It's the book of James chapter 3 and verse 2. Indeed, we all make many mistakes. For if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect and could also control ourselves in every other way. We can make a large horse go wherever we want by means of a small bit in its mouth. If you've never been next to a horse, just know that's a big animal. But a small bit can direct this big animal. It's a reminder of the weight our words carry and that we should be cautious of what we say. Verse 4. And a small rudder makes a huge ship turn wherever the pilot chooses to go, even though the winds are strong. As big as a boat is being controlled by a small steering wheel. Something as small as a tongue can steer the whole course of a person's life in a good direction or in a bad. Verse 5. In the same way, the tongue is a small thing that makes grand speeches, but a tiny spark can set a great forest afire. So the tongue might be small, but it talks big. And this is saying one reckless word can mess up everything. One moment of anger or pride can build or break. Verse 6. And among all the parts of the body, the tongue is a flame of fire, It is a whole world of wickedness, corrupting the entire body. It can set your whole life on fire, for it is set on fire by hell itself. We say things like, man, bro was hot, or it was a heated conversation. He spit that fire. But truthfully, you can either fuel something or extinguish something off of your words. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 28 and verse number 12. And it reads, if thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit on it, it shall be quenched. And both these come out of thy mouth. So you can either make the situation more heated or you could calm it down. I know we get passionate sometimes, but like Proverbs says, let's get that actually, Proverbs. Let me get that. Proverbs 20 and 3. I'm going to get into GNT. Any fool can start an argument. The honorable thing is to stay out of them. That's wise. Also, let me get another one in Proverbs. A couple chapters in. Proverbs 13 and 3. Whoever guards his mouth preserves his life. He who opens wide his lips comes to ruin. That should be a prayer you putting up for the Most High to guard your mouth. Who better to guard your mouth than the Most High? Let's get that. Let's get Psalms 141 and 3. And it reads, set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. It's like asking the Most High to be a bouncer for your mouth. Because sometimes it ain't even about what people do to you. It's about how you react. And sometimes your mouth moves quicker than your mind. So always keep the Most High in mind before you open your mouth or make any decisions. Let's get Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 14. A wise man holds his tongue. Only a fool blurts out everything he knows. That only leads to sorrow and trouble. So even if you're knowledgeable, it's unwise to lay out all your cards on the table. You got to know how to read the room first. Some brothers gain knowledge, and I was one of these brothers, and immediately try to prove they're smarter than the next man. Instead of using it to educate and uplift them. Knowing when to speak and when to stay silent is a key trait to wisdom. Let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. So basically this verse is saying that if everything in life has its appointed time. Let's drop down to verse 7. A time to reign and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. This verse is saying sometimes you got to know when to fall back and be quiet. Or let things break down for a minute, but there's also time for you to step up and fix stuff and speak your mind. Life's about knowing when to move and when to just let things be. But if you know something, speak up. If not, then just be quiet. Let's get that. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 5 and verse 12. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon thy mouth. This doesn't need any explanation. If you know what you're talking about, then speak. But if you don't, it's better to stay quiet. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 28. After all, even fools may be thought wise and intelligent if they stay quiet and keep their mouth shut. So staying silent makes people think you wise, even if you're not. Talking too much can reveal what you don't know. When you walk into any room, your presence and posture can speak louder than your words. Silence can be a powerful tool. It can give you the space to observe, to learn, and to earn respect without even saying a word. So whether you're stepping into unfamiliar territory or standing amongst experts, remember, sometimes saying nothing says everything. You gotta have self control in your speech. That saying, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me, is the worst saying of all time. People get hurt by words all the time. People kill over words or kill themselves off of what was said to them. Words can be used like a weapon. Sometime back, a brother told me, he said, if you take the S from the beginning of the word sword, what's left? Word. It's deep because words can cut sharp like a sword. Let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 28 and 18. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many has fallen by the tongue. People have lost relationships, reputations, peace of mind, and even their lives due to the misuse of words, because the tongue is like a sword. Let's get that in Proverbs 12 and 18. There is one whose rash words are like a sword thrust, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Your words should be for healing your people, not showing them or discouraging them. Mind you, sometimes it'll come across as rude or or people call it mean. But if they telling you to tighten up because you in sin, you can't be mad at that. It's a sign of love, tough love. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, encourage, and uplift your brothers and sisters. That builds confidence and resilience. Those words can help people see their own strength and potential, especially during tough times. Our words and speech reflect what's in our hearts. If we speak evil, hateful, or deceitful words, it shows that our hearts are not pure before the Most High God. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 21. Powerful verse. And it reads, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Our words can build up or destroy, bless or curse. Gossip, lies, slander, hateful speech can cause real harm, both spiritually and emotionally. Let's go to Proverbs 11 and 13. I'm going to get this in ESV. Whoever goes about slandering reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy in spirit keeps a thing covered. Sometimes it's best to keep things covered. You never know how or what you're doing will affect and damage others by revealing secrets. I hate it when people smile in your face and as soon as you walk away, they twist your words or talk behind your back. It's a trip though because God hates it too. Let's get there. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 and verse 23, also in the GNT. When he's with you, his talk is so nice. He compliments you on every word you say, but behind your back, it's a different story. He will take what you have said and turn it against you. You have to be careful who you talk to as well, because you trust in this person and think it's a safe space, and the whole time they gathering ammo. Verse 24. There is nothing in the world that I hate as much as a person like that, and the Lord hates him too. Why would you want to be something that the Lord hates? To show you the Most High hates it when people talk about people. Let's get the account. Numbers 12. This is Numbers 12 and 1. I'm gonna start from the top. Moses had married a Cushite woman, and Miriam and Aaron criticized him for it. So this is Miriam and Aaron talking about Moses and his wife being a Cushite. I'm pretty sure this talk wasn't like they was talking heavy. But let's go to verse 2. They said, has the Lord spoken only through Moses? Hasn't he also spoken through us? The Lord heard what they said. And right here, you can see the jealousy in this, questioning why is the Most High only dealing with Moses. But let's keep reading. And like I said earlier, sometimes when you talk about others, it shows more about you than them. You can see that they have jealousy in their heart towards Moses, because it's like, oh, why is the God only talking to him? But let's go to verse 3. Moses was a humble man, more humble than anyone else on the earth. Suddenly the Lord said to Moses and Aaron and Miriam, I want the three of you to come into my tent of my presence. They went. Verse 5. And the Lord came down in a pillar cloud, stood at the entrance of the tent, and called out Aaron and Miriam. The two of them stepped forward. And the Lord said, now hear what I have to say. When there are prophets among you, I reveal myself to them in vision and speak to them in dreams. It is different when I speak with my servant Moses. I have put him in charge of all my people, Israel. So I speak to him face to face, clearly, and not in riddles. He has even seen my form. How dare you speak against my servant Moses? The Lord was angry with them, and so he departed. So the Lord was mad that they were speaking about someone he was dealing with. Verse 10. And the cloud left the tent. Miriam's skin was suddenly covered with dreaded disease and turned as white as snow. When Aaron looked at her, he saw that she was covered with disease. Verse 11. He said to Moses, please, sir, do not make us suffer this punishment. For what? For our foolish sin. They acknowledged that they were in sin and realized the Most High wasn't dealing with it. I'm sure that after she turned white, she realized she didn't want the Most High to deal with her like that again. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 23. If you want to stay out of trouble, be careful what you say. The best way of staying out of trouble is shutting up, knowing when to speak and what to say. It's wise. When you talk too much, you can strip your words of their power. Even if what you're saying is 100% correct. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 19. The more you talk, the more likely you are to sin. If you are wise, you will keep quiet. Verse 20. A good person's words are like pure silver. A wicked person's ideas are worthless. And that's crazy because I seen this meme out there. It was $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z. People ask, why would they have dinner with Jay-Z? Well, if you look at the people he's associated with, Kanye West, billionaire, Rihanna, billionaire, Beyonce, billionaire, J. Cole, millionaire, I'm 100% sure he's had a major influence in that. Me, I'm taking the 500,000. I don't like gambling, but I can see how dinner with Jay-Z would be beneficial. That's why it says in this verse, a good person's words are like pure silver. You don't know what that person, what kind of game he could give you. You know what I'm saying? Verse 21. A good person's words will benefit many people, but you can kill yourself with stupidity. So your words can build, impact, and be beneficial to others, But don't be careless with your words. If you don't know the topic, just put your hand over your mouth. Be a sponge. Soak up game. Listen, study, learn. That'll get you right. And it's so many more verses I could bring out for this topic, but this was just a short video. And with that, I'm going to close out, giving all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God, Yahweh. I do so in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus. And I'm going to say Shalom.